granny. Young Busy on the beat, let me spread it like some mayonnaise. Young Busy on the beat.
Welcome back to the Zero Talent Podcast. Per usual, you have our ultimate stars of the show here. Christian Sutton with WW Gay. We got Caleb from Publix and Devinici Supari. We're coming off a pretty wild week of football, college, NFL, obviously, UFL, CFL, XFL. We got NBA is back. UFC's got a big card coming up, which big special guest coming up next week, so tune in for that. I want to give a couple of shout-outs real quick.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, this week in college.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh.
And,
dude.
And to start out our day, obviously we always start with the star of the show, Christian Sutton with WW Gay, with his college football Week 10 recap. And when you read off these records of college football picks, please leave out my name.
Okay. Davey's kind of a hater, so he forgot to introduce Caleb from Publix.
I said Caleb from Publix.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Hey, anyone that's listening and already heard me say Caleb from Publix, defend me in the comments, please.
All right. Week 10 recap. I went 5-3 in my picks. Davey went 3-5, and Timmy went 5-3 as well. So me and Timmy tied for the best picks this week. Huge comeback week for me. I went like 3 for 5 as well last week. I did pretty bad. But,
tough week, but well bounced back.
Wait till we get the NFL. First game, Ohio State dominates Penn State, 38-14. Ohio State's still the best team in the country by far. I don't think anyone's taking that number one spot. They're not losing a game this year. Oregon might be interesting, but like I said,
you mean the regular season?
they might not lose a game at all. They might win the whole thing, though, undefeated.
They're gonna have to play Indiana in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
You think they beat Indiana and then
Probably.
Dang,
They got better players, better stars, better people.
they would have to go 16-0, right?
Dude, yeah, I think it's 16 wins.
That's
What's
pretty.
your conference
You're talking
championship?
about like NFL seasons at this
Well, they're
point.
going to be a team that, like, even if they lose their conference championship, they'll probably still be 5.
Oh yeah.
Right, they're already almost a lock if they could just win out. But moving on, number 7 Ole Miss takes care of South Carolina. Kind of a rough game. I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't very dominating win. I mean,
Yeah,
kind
that-
of just broke
kinda
away.
close.
Kind of felt like a Washington State earlier in the year. Looks like they're having a common trend of letting opponents worse than them stick around, which is probably big news for the Gators since we have them later on the schedule. They let the Gators stick around. Who knows, man?
They might pay.
I mean, seriously. Ole Miss remains at number 7 in the new CFB poll rankings, which these are the first ones to have a prediction for the playoffs. So if the season ended today, Ole Miss would be at number 7, which would play, I think, Vanderbilt is what I want to say. But don't quote me on that. But I think if the season ended today, they would play Vanderbilt in the first round.
I mean, it don't matter if you quote them on that because the season doesn't end today. So
Yeah, it don't really matter. But next up, the worst one of all, NC State upsets Georgia Tech 48-36. Haynes King, 511 yards of offense with 4 touchdowns. Georgia Tech falls number 16. Can they still make the CFP?
I think so.
It's a tough road. They have to win out every
I mean, they
game.
play Boston College, Pitt,
Pitt's going to be a tough game.
and then
Pitt's good.
who else? They got one more.
Georgia.
Oh yeah. Well, that doesn't matter. Even if they
Well,
lose that game.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think they will make it. I think you got it. I think you had to beat NC State because if you had won out your schedule and lost, if you had beat either Georgia or the ACC champion, which honestly the odds are actually looking like Duke is actually the favorite now to win the ACC. If you had won one of those games, you'd probably still make it going 12-1. But with a loss to NC State, you have to win every single game left in your schedule. I don't think a 2-loss Georgia Tech team can make it. Even with an ACC title, you're looking at a 10-2 ACC champion that has no significant wins besides Clemson. So that's going to be tough. But personally, if I'm not being biased, I still think Haynes King should win the Heisman. I don't think there's a more impactful player in college football. But I don't think Georgia Tech will make the CFP with this loss. What are your thoughts?
No, I still think they can. Just because, like, if they beat Pitt, I mean, you just have to win against Boston College and Pitt, and you're in the ACC championship.
But you go on the road to Pitt, and Pitt's a good team, dude. They've won their last 6 games.
So you don't think they'll beat Pitt?
I mean, it's going to be a tough game. I mean, as we can see, Georgia Tech has no sense of defense. It's all offense, and Pitt has one of the best offenses.
I'm just a little hurt that it feels like
it sucks.
Like you're still on the Haynes King train.
I love Haynes King, but it's not. He can't play defense.
Like you're on the Haynes King train, but you're like,
I'm being honest.
You're leaning out while holding on.
Well, it's not like that. I'm not saying I don't support the Georgia Tech. I hope they beat the crap out of Georgia, which I still think they can by the way they play. But to win like that every single week is already tough enough. Like, I think we're seeing what should have happened against Wake Forest, but you just can't lose to NC State. I mean, it's just something you can't do, and especially when you're trying to make this kind of run as a program that has seen no postseason success in the last 30 years of football, you just can't lose that game on the road. But
I don't know. I think it's a one-off. I think they can bounce back.
I hope so. I hope they make it. But if you're asking me, like, to beat Georgia Tech, to beat Georgia,
they don't have to.
They do. You tell me a 2-loss Georgia Tech team gets in.
Yes, because
as an ACC championship.
Well, this is the last year where if you win your conference, you're automatically in.
Well,
so
okay, but So what if what's the? Do you know what the ACC standings look like right now?
That's what I'm saying. If they beat Pitt, and
they have to beat Pitt then.
They have to beat
okay.
Pitt.
If they beat Pitt, and they have to beat Pitt. That's the only.
That's what I'm saying. If they beat Pitt and they beat Boston College, they're in the ACC championship.
No, they have to beat Duke. Duke's still a good football school. Man.
I'm saying, well, in the ACC championship, yes, but if Duke's there, I'm saying on their remaining schedule, in order to get the ACC championship locked up, meaning a trip to the ACC,
you have to win out.
They just have to beat Boston College, which is
1-8.
You can't get
right now.
you can't get an easier game. So it's just a matter of can they beat Pitt.
I just don't think they're going to beat Pitt. I'm not trying to be like that, but Haynes King will put up 500 more yards, but that defense cannot stop Pitt. I mean, Pitt has looked phenomenal on the offensive ball. They have an 18-year-old quarterback that is absolutely one of the best absolute arm throwers in all of college football. Super underrated kid coming from Ohio, small town. I just think Pitt was going to dominate that game. But kind of moving on, we're not going to dwell on it. Go Georgia Tech, go Haynes King, but I want to see them play a little bit better next week. Texas beats Vandy at home. Texas moves up to 13, first team out of the CFP playoffs. Vandy falls to 15. Which one makes the playoffs, if not both? What do you think?
I don't know. Probably, I'm going to say Vandy just because of remaining schedule. I mean, they've got a fairly easy remaining schedule. Texas still has to play Georgia. And I don't see
Texas,
I don't see a 3-loss team getting in.
I've seen SEC post about. I know Texas has to play Texas A&M and Georgia. And
they're cooked.
I don't think a 3-loss SEC team will get in this year. I think the Big Ten has shown that they've improved. Their better teams have come up and improved. Penn State obviously not being one of those teams, but you got Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon. There's a ton of teams that could be deserving. Plus you got ACC schools that could get in. Like even Miami, if they can make a late season push, they might be able to run for that 11th spot, 12th spot. But like I said, Texas is too hard. Vanderbilt, definitely plausible. If Vandy can win out, they could definitely get one of those spots.
Because of their remaining schedule, I think they get it.
But the thing is, dude, Kentucky. Like I said, man, I hate playing Kentucky more than any school ever. Like any school, they will go 7-5, but they will ruin your season. I hate Vandy's got to be careful playing Kentucky. Hopefully, it's at their place because if they go to Lexington, I can definitely see Vandy dropping that game. So they got to be careful. But SMU, probably with the biggest upsets to you in SMU, 26-20 in overtime. Miami falls 18. Is Miami's season's over?
I'd say yeah. I mean, they're not making the ACC championship. You're not going to get in the playoffs with a 10-2 record. They just haven't looked good. I mean, they just haven't looked good, bro, since the Notre Dame game. I mean, and honestly, like a couple plays in the Notre Dame game could have went either way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not sold on Miami one bit. Never have been. I mean, Carson Beck continues to show that he will collapse in any type of big-time situation and then continues to blame his teammates. So when you lose to an unranked SMU team who's 6-3,
it's definitely not a true leadership moment to absolutely throw your coach under the bus one game, and in the previous game you throw your receiver under the bus for running the wrong route. I just think you need to play better. Maybe put up more than 20 points in 5 quarters. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the reason. Because if simple math shows, if you have 5 quarters and you average 20 points a game, you average 4 points a quarter. So, Carson, maybe we need to pick it up on the offensive side of the ball and not throw our teams under the bus, you know what I mean? But Miami Falls, I think their season's over. Like Davey said, a 2-loss ACC team is not getting in the playoffs. We saw with Florida State going undefeated. An undefeated ACC school is not making the playoffs that year. So what would make you think a 2-loss ACC team would make it with 2 horrendous losses? I don't see it, and I don't think Davey sees it either. Moving on, Oklahoma beats Tennessee at Rocky Top 33-27. Oklahoma moves up to number 11. Tennessee falls to number 23. Can Oklahoma sneak in the playoffs? Their remaining schedule includes Bama, Missouri, and LSU. What you think?
Absolutely not. I mean, Oklahoma managed to win a game on the road. Kind of a tough game, but I mean, I still don't have any faith in them. They're 7-2, and they still have to play Bama, Mizzou, and LSU. I could see them losing 2 of those 3 games very easily. But I think they absolutely lose to Bama. So that puts them at 9-3 at best, and there's just no chance that is going to get you in the playoffs. So I don't think Oklahoma's going to make it. I've said it since the start of the year that they're frauds, and I'll continue to say it. Just no faith in Oklahoma. Sorry, I believe Jesse was his name, Timmy's boy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesse, but no Boomer Sooner today.
I'm actually the opposite. I like Oklahoma. I really do. They're not making the playoffs with this schedule. I mean, Missouri has a phenomenal head coach in Eli Drinkwitz, future Florida Gator.
Welcome to Gainesville.
Alabama probably looks like the biggest dark horse, if they're a dark horse to win the national championship. I mean, I think they're going to blow whoever they play in the SEC championship out by at least a touchdown or 2. I really like Ty Simpson.
Who are they on track to play? Oh, Texas A&M.
Probably Texas A&M. It's probably going to be the battle of the super mega nights of SEC football.
Mega night.
Yeah. So I think they're going to win that game too. I really like Ty Simpson. Kalen DeBoer has turned his career around at Alabama because I remember last year the Alabama fans were rioting for going 9-3. They can't stand that. So I definitely like Alabama. I don't think they're going to lose to Oklahoma no matter where that game is. And I just don't think Oklahoma will get it. I think Oklahoma will have a successful season, but I don't think it's that successful. So I don't think so. But Utah, number 24, beats number 17 Cincinnati 45-14. Utah moves up to 17. Cincinnati falls to 25. I'm going to go ahead and say this out loud. I kind of expected this. Cincinnati had no really significant wins. They beat Iowa State, who was ranked 17, but their quarterback was sitting. He was hurt. And now Iowa State isn't even ranked.
Yeah.
So I kind of saw it coming. Utah is definitely underrated, but what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Cincinnati was going to pull it out. But this is, I guess I'm not too caught up on Utah football because, boy, they put it on them. But, I mean, what's in Utah, bro? I mean, the most notable thing you have for Utah is Cam Rising throwing a pick in the end zone to Amari Burney. So
you got a big old lake. About it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Utah's number 17 now. They're not going to do anything, so I'm not really worried about them. But I guess good for Utah. Moral victories.
Go Utes. All right, number 23, USC beats Nebraska on their home turf, 21-17. Narrow game. USC moves up to 20. Dylan Raiola is done for the season with a broken fibula. Yeah, definitely hurts me. I really like Dylan Raiola. I'm a huge Dylan Raiola guy. Even with the Patrick Mahomes stuff, I really think he's a good quarterback, and hopefully he can move past that stuff. But,
yeah,
man, I'm praying for his injury, man. I really hope he can come back and play next year or this year, even if he can come back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Dylan Raiola fan just because I think the Mahomes thing is a little bit corny. But, I mean, he's a tough kid. I mean, Matt Rule was saying that, I mean, the dude has a broken leg, and he said he was up, warming up, and he was ready to go back out there and play.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, shout out to him for showing that type of toughness. But I like USC a lot. I think, I mean, if a couple games go their way, I mean,
yeah,
they've lost 2 one-score games. They could very easily be 8-0 right now and looking for a college football playoff berth. But I don't think they're going to make it. But Jaden Mahoff is a good quarterback. The USC is good, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. But they seem to be one of those better teams in the country right now. So shout out to Jaden Mahoff on USC. And shout out to Dylan Raiola. Prayers up for him.
Yep. Another one of the only W's for Florida State this year. Dominates Wake Forest 42-7. It says on my paper, Castellanos Heisman run starts now. I don't think so.
Shout out Sky. I did
think
that for him. But
yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, shout out Sky, but I think Ty Simpson's winning this junk by. And I think Ty Simpson's going to win it. I think it should go to Haynes King, but I think Ty Simpson will win it pretty handily. Dude has 19 touchdowns and 1 interception.
yeah, I mean,
He's been pretty
Castellanos, I don't know.
fun.
He's probably not in the top 50.
No, I mean they're 4-4. I mean, it's just not a great year for the Seminoles. Definitely improved from last year.
Could be worse though. I mean, they beat
Yeah.
5-2 at the time. Wake Forest. I mean, they weren't expected to come in and win this game. So Wake Forest is a decent team.
Wake Forest was 2 points away from beating Georgia Tech at home. So they were 2 points away from 6-1. 6-1, yeah. But now for the game of the week, Georgia beats Florida, 24-20. The dude caught the ball. Michael Sturdivant caught the bomb from DJ.
I'm gonna put the picture up here of the catch, but
yeah, definitely
it's
caught it. His hands were under. I mean, Georgia fans, they all know it. I mean, every year it feels like with these guys, something happens to Florida where Florida loses, and a Florida fan makes a comment about it, and they seem not to know simple math or simple physics. They forget how to use their brain. Like last year when we said, hey, if DJ Lagway finishes the game, Florida probably wins the game. And we don't have a starter from Yale playing. And same thing with this year. If that was a catch, I mean, it's very obvious. I think the SEC crew messed it up by every stretch of the imagination. Definitely. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I agree. I do think it was a catch, but at the same time, as you know, it says on the paper here, but terrible officiating shouldn't justify DJ's board play.
I just don't think DJ played that bad.
He didn't play that bad, but I'm saying we had every chance to win that game if we convert on that 4th and 1. If he doesn't miss on the bench concept, if he doesn't miss on, obviously this shouldn't have been in that situation. I mean, he underthrew him by 15 yards.
Right.
If DJ puts it on, I mean, this is a 70-yard touchdown. So, I mean, it was a catch, but again, even if they rule it a catch, we're still down there, and we still have to go score, and then we have to go get a stop, and hopefully we win the game then.
I'll say this. I mean, this is definitely one of those games this year where even with a loss, we saw a lot of improvements. We just showed that Florida can play with a top 5 team as long as Billy Napier isn't part of the staff. I mean, it seems like that was what was
the
holding
play
us
calling
back.
was much better.
The play calling was better. I definitely disagree with some stuff. I agreed with going for it on 4th down. I thought that was a great decision. If you score a touchdown, you're up 2 scores with 8 minutes to go. So, I mean, definitely thought that was the right pick. But, I mean, and I get DJ missed some throws, but playing with a new offense coordinator and, like, honestly, dude, just so much outside hate. Think about playing a quarterback for University of Florida. You've heard it all year. I mean, coming from me a lot was just a lot of pressure. And it seemed like they actually utilized DJ's legs. DJ took off a lot more. He was a lot more willing of a runner than I've seen all year long. So definitely kept Georgia's defense at least a little bit honest. But he took off a little bit more than I want him to. He definitely could have let Jaden Ball eat a little bit more. Jaden Ball, another great player, had a great game. Eugene Wilson, turns out if you run routes downfield and not bubble screens, that guy can actually make plays, man.
I called it right before the game started, bro.
you
Eugene
did.
Wilson legacy game.
Legacy
he had
game incoming.
120 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
so.
it's obviously being shown that Eugene Wilson, one of the most dynamic players in college football 2 years ago, being severely misused at Florida. Would not blame him if he transferred. A lot of talent in this wide receiver room if we can keep these guys together.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas Wilson obviously done for the year. So that sucks. I don't know when Vernell Brown's going to be back.
Vernell should be back pretty soon, I imagine. It didn't seem too severe. He definitely had to sit out, but Aiden Mizell's another one. If we can keep these guys together, maybe the new coach can come in immediately and make an impact and not have to go through a full rebuild, because that's always the worst when you got to see all your players leave and you get a bunch of new guys nobody knows, a bunch of transfers, and you go 7 wins. It just sucks.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling. But I was definitely impressed, and I'll have to say this. I mean, I was definitely impressed the way we played. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we lost, which I have to criticize everything. But no, I think we played very well. I think we
George Gums.
Yeah, George Gums. I hated on you at the beginning of the year because you sat out of football games, but you played well, man. You played good. Definitely just super thin this year, man. I'm just hoping these guys get better. I mean, honestly, I think the mission for the rest of the year is keep everyone healthy. I mean,
I agree.
We have so much so many players hurt. We have our depth chart players playing that I never would have personally thought played. KD Daniels was getting snaps, which I'm honestly pretty big on KD, but
Yeah. You from
That's
Jacksonville, isn't he?
no, that's
Oh, no, Trayon Webb.
Trayon Webb's from Jacksonville. Duke Clark and Trayon Webb being hurt. We had no depth at the running back position.
Yeah.
Jaden Ball, I'm just hoping that dude stays healthy. If Jaden Ball gets hurt, we're
That dude's
gonna
a dog.
just cancel the rest of the season, dude. I mean, we don't want nobody else getting hurt. It almost feels like we're about to have to bring up a practice squad player, one of those scout team players for wide receiver, man. I mean, everyone on the wide receiver corps is getting hurt. Dallas Wilson. I mean, we had T.J. Abrams out there catching
Tank
balls.
Hawkins.
Tank Hawkins, man. T.J. Abrams, he's learning how to catch a slant route, but very good game overall. I was impressed with the way we played. We didn't get embarrassed. We were in that game from start to finish. Great play from. I'm super excited to see Devin Moore come back. Devin Moore got a huge interception off a tip ball. Just great heart and hustle from these guys. And man, just like Kirby Smart says about his players, these boys don't quit, man. I mean, seriously, and they have impressed me all year with the amount of noise they've had to overcome all year with their coach getting fired and all that. And they didn't back down, man. They played to the final whistle, and I got to respect these guys for it. But any thoughts from you, Davey?
No, I mean, I'm kind of on the same page. I mean, they did fight. I like Billy Gonzalez. Obviously, he's a great interim head coach. He probably will never be a head coach,
No.
just because I don't think he wants to. Yeah, but I think he's going to be a great interim head coach for the remainder of the season.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, I'm okay with this game. Obviously, I think it was a catch. We had opportunities to win, but the fact that you lose by 4 to the number 5 team in the country, with the state of the program, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Pretty awesome.
But
kind of moving on, Auburn pulls the trigger on Hugh Freeze, which makes it 4 consecutive weeks where a Power 4 conference coach has been fired from a major program. What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, I wasn't super surprised. Like, I mean, what was his record? Was it 3-5 or something?
He was 4-16 against SEC schools in 4 years.
Yeah, I mean,
It was pretty rough.
You got to move on from that. But he was losing really close games. They were competitive, but so was Doug Peterson in 2023.
I definitely understand the timing. I mean, to lose 3-10 to Kentucky,
Yeah.
I get it's Kentucky, and I'm a huge advocate for Mark Stoops just being a guy you just don't want to play against, but you have to put up more than 3 points, especially as an offensive coach. I definitely agree with Auburn firing him. I've heard the opposition to that saying that he lost a bunch of one-score games by bad officiating calls to Oklahoma, top-ranked teams to Georgia, but you had opportunities and you didn't come through.
At the end of the day, you're losing games.
Yeah, man. I mean, we don't need another Scott Frost in the SEC. You know, that was almost Florida's coach, by the way. But Auburn fires Hugh Freeze, and I'm also hearing from my insiders that a lot of buzz is coming from Josh Heupel taking the job at LSU. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of that guy, but if he's going at LSU, I'm kind of fine
That
with
is
that.
not set in stone. I've heard rumors about it. I personally don't think it's going to happen, but it's definitely a curiosity thing to look at. Tennessee fans, if you want that dude gone, you are a retard. I mean, I don't understand why you would absolutely want that dude has done as much as he can for your program, and I think he's done a fantastic job for your program considering the way Butch Jones left your program.
I don't know. SEC to SEC is a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's definitely a little strange.
Going from Tennessee to LSU is just, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be
it's going to happen. I don't see Josh Heupel. I think he likes Rocky Top unless he gets forced out, which I don't think is going to happen. He's not going to pull a Lane Kiffin. He ain't leaving.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a way bigger difference. I mean, Tennessee has everything they need to be successful versus like it's not a you can't compare it to Lane and Ole Miss going to Florida. It's not even close. Like Tennessee and LSU are kind of on the same. LSU probably is a little better, but they're kind of on the same level when it comes to that versus like again Lane Kiffin to beg his student section and beg the fans to come pack out the stadium. Like,
yeah, I mean,
when's the last time Billy asked fans like, "Oh, come on, please, please"? Like, dude,
no, he never. Done
he just
that.
everyone knows the Swamp is going to sell out every week, bro.
But you got to see the results. I mean, Josh Heupel has produced some of the best SEC quarterbacks that we've had in the league. I mean, he started out with Hendon Hooker, turned Hendon Hooker into a Heisman candidate until he tore his ACL. Probably would have made the playoffs had Tennessee not lost Hendon Hooker. They probably went out against Alabama. They beat everybody. He's produced Nico Imiolava, who's having a decent outing with UCLA, considering the propositions they've been put in.
Yeah, they've turned it around.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Nico was definitely he was a 5-star recruit. I mean, looked decent at Tennessee.
Joe Milton.
He was super young. Joe Milton, another guy.
Could be
got him
starting in
drafted.
Dallas.
Could be a Dallas starter.
Could be
pretty
starting in
soon
Dallas.
the future.
We'll be
now
getting
you're
to that.
looking at a guy like Joey Aguilar. Joey Aguilar's having a fantastic season, 2,300 yards through 7 games. I mean, fantastic, man. But that's enough about Josh Heupel. I don't think he's leaving. I think he's a freaking volunteer.
Yeah,
Probably
I
have to
agree.
deal with him for the next 20 years. But moving on to college football 11 game picks. All right, my personal favorite. Got Northwestern at USC.
Northwestern's all right. They got a good football program over there. But, again, I'm pretty high on USC. Who knows? Maybe I don't know. If they win out, maybe they do sneak into the playoffs. Probably not, but I'm going with USC here by a couple scores.
Yeah, I mean, if you really pay attention to Big Ten football, if you look at just the stats, you might think, oh, this is an SEC, this is a USC blowout. I don't think so. I'm going to take Northwestern. Definitely if I popped, if you watch the games, actually. Their first game get blown out by Tulane, but beats Penn State with James Franklin. Keep an eye on that. Give me Northwestern by 3.
Okay.
Then we got Indiana at Penn State.
Yeah, I don't think much to say here. Give me the Hoosiers.
Yeah, another one of those games where if you just look at the stats, it'd be like, well, I think Indiana's going to blow them out. Well, I'm here to tell you, this is going to be a lot tougher of a game than it looks. Night game probably at Death Valley. Or Happy Valley. Is it Happy Valley?
Happy Valley.
Yeah, I'm about to say Happy Valley. Okay, Happy Valley. It's probably going to be a whiteout game. Give me Indiana by at least 10. Maybe 10. Then we got BYU at Texas Tech, possibly our game of the week. But
I'm
it's
pretty
not.
excited for this one. Huge Big Ten, or excuse me, top 10, but Big 12 matchup. I'm kind of pulling for BYU, to be honest with you, but I'm going to go with Texas Tech. I think they're going to get it done.
Yeah, BYU's got their starter Bear with the mullet, flashing the mullet pretty good. I'm sure these teams will play again in the Big 12. I mean, how much competition is in the Big 12? I don't even know anyone else that's ranked in the Big 12. Do you know?
No, the Big 12, I mean, Utah.
Utah's number 17. They already have 2 losses, though. I could definitely see them. Like, they've already lost to I'm not even going to try. I don't even remember. But anyways, moving on. I'm going to go with Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech, it being in Texas, is a big deal to me. And the Red Raiders are going to Red Raider. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a Red Raider is, but it looks
It's
like
red.
things on the hot sauce cans. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The Cowboy on the hot sauce.
Yep.
Give me the Red Raiders. I like them by at least 14. Just a great offense. Super fast, super up-tempo. Brings back Cliff Kingsbury days. Anyways, another great game. Number 3, Texas A&M going on the road to number 19, Missouri.
Missouri is a tough place to play. It's an underrated, very underrated place to play. I think this game's going to be really close, but I think Texas A&M pulls it out by 3. But be careful. Missouri might catch them lacking, but I'm going to go with Texas A&M to win a very close game.
Yeah, I'm super big on Drink as a coach. Eli Drinkwitz has done a phenomenal job with this program, considering how he inherited the program. This is going to be a tough game for Texas A&M. A lot of underrated matchup here. But I do think Texas A&M will drop one. I don't think they'll lose to Missouri. I like Marcel Reed. Great runner, great dual threat quarterback. Can throw a great ball when he needs to. I like Texas A&M by at least 6. We got LSU at number 4, Alabama.
Rivalry game, obviously, that always has big implications, but in this situation, being at Bama, I don't think so. So I'm going to go with Bama, roll tide by a couple scores. Shout out, Kayla.
Yeah, LSU firing Brian Kelly. I think it was 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah,
It'd be
they're both coming off bye weeks.
Yeah, so coming 2 weeks ago, they have now fired the offense coordinator. The same about the day after they fired Brian Kelly. So brand new play caller. We don't know what they're running.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, if this was at LSU, I might have picked LSU, but I'm sorry, Uncle Mike, I can't do it. Give me Alabama. Maybe keeps it close. I don't know. I'm not going to give you a score because this could be a little bit closer considering Alabama probably has no film on their play caller.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go Nebraska at UCLA.
This should be a good game. Obviously, no Dylan Raiola, but Nebraska's still a good team. They were ranked at one point, a couple times this season, actually, but I'm going to go with UCLA to get this done.
Yeah, UCLA has done a full 180 with this program. Jerry Neuheisel has done a fantastic job with play calling. I don't think that Indiana loss really reflects how good this team has been and how bonding they are with sticking together through all the mishaps and whatnot. Nebraska, their heart and soul of their team, Dylan Raiola is not there. Can they step up and maybe play for the guy that's hurt and can't play no more? I don't think so. I'm going to take UCLA by at least a touchdown. Then we got Auburn at Vanderbilt.
Hugh Freeze obviously just being fired. I don't think this is going to be very close. I think this is a bounce-back game for Vandy and Diego Pavia, so I'm going to take Vandy to win this game by a few scores.
Yeah, Vanderbilt, home field advantage. I don't know what that really means. In recent years, it's been a good thing. In the long term, it's not. Auburn, again, just coming off a coach firing. New play caller, new guy in town. Give me Auburn. I like the Tigers in this one. I think Vanderbilt drops one. And very sneakily, I think they're going to drop the next two. I don't think Vanderbilt makes the playoffs.
Wow.
Give me Auburn by at least a point. Florida State on the road at Clemson. Clemson comes out 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I mean, Florida State 4-4, Clemson 3-5. I don't know. I think Clemson, their defense coming in this year, I mean, their defense is talked about one of the best in the country, and they just haven't been.
They
And
just gave up 43
Cade Klubnik,
to
obviously, yeah, exactly. I mean, come on. And Cade Klubnik, obviously, coming into the year as a Heisman favorite and has not played as a Heisman favorite. But I think they bounce back and get the win in Clemson over Florida State, a rival. So give me Cade Klubnik and the boys to get it done.
Yeah, I think we're seeing that this Clemson team has his back against the wall, and you might be thinking, why would that be? They're 3-5, their season's over. Well, there's a certain coach in Clemson right now that's in South Carolina. He's thinking about his job.
Yeah, his seat's got a little blowtorch on it.
Yeah,
it's getting a little bit closer
if you
and
had
closer.
told me this, if you had told me this 5 years ago, I would have told you you're crazy.
Yeah.
Had we been talking about Dabo Swinney's hot seat being super hot, but he's even said in press interviews, I could get fired anytime. I think they're going to need this win to keep his job. I think he might have to win out to keep his job. If he can go 8-5, I think that'll keep his job barely, just for another year. I like Clemson in this matchup. I think Florida State will come out, put up some points, but I think Clemson will play for their coach. I think Dabo's a really good guy. I think he'll get them to play for him. I think they're going to come out and do something a little different. Give me Clemson by at least a touchdown. Then we got Florida goes on the road to Lexington, Kentucky. Both matchups of 3-5 squads.
I mean, I think you just saw a team play at a really high level last week against Georgia, obviously. I see absolutely no reason other than we've had issues with Kentucky in the last 5 years. I definitely think Florida gets this done pretty convincingly. I think there's a big bounce-back game. And, we moved to 4-5, and you're coming off a big win. If you're 4-5, big win, going into Ole Miss, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to take Florida here to win by a score. But I do think this is the game they really try to get the run game going, and I think Jaden Ball has a day.
Well, here's the thing about that, is that if you remember correctly, last year, Jaden Ball tied the school record for most rushing touchdowns in a game against Kentucky with 5, as a true freshman, too. This is going to be a tough game. I don't see Mark Stoops letting that happen twice. I don't see it happening. Mark Stoops is a great defensive mind. Dude, 7-5, 6-6 will ruin your season, okay? This is not going to be an easy game. I think what they're going to do, and this is just speculation, but coming from a guy that's watched Kentucky football for the last 5 years, I watched them beat Florida for the first time in 32 seasons. I mean, it was probably one of the worst moments of my life as a Florida fan. Dan Mullen's first year, by the way. They're going to put 7 in the box, and they're going to make DJ Lagway beat him. And that's what scares me. I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to try to shut down Jaden Ball, and I think they're going to be successful. So I'm going to need DJ Lagway to step up and be the quarterback we need him to be, because Kentucky's going to beg Florida to pass the ball, and if we can't do it, we're going to lose this game.
I feel you.
I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. They're going to put 7 in the box every single play, and if DJ Lagway cannot throw a slant route or he can't throw a deep ball, we are going to lose this game, and I don't want to see that happen. But I like Florida. I think DJ Lagway can figure it out. I think Billy and Ryan O'Hara will call plays to make it easy on him. But don't expect a big day from the run game, at least from my perspective. Just because I just think Kentucky's not going to let it happen twice.
Yeah, I can see that.
But give me Florida by at least a score.
And now,
The game of the week.
game of the week. I mean, I'm excited for this game. I think a lot of people might be forgetting about this game, which is criminal. It's criminal. But in college football, week 11, maybe the biggest matchup of the year.
Oh, yeah.
We got how many schools are there in the country?
138.
Number 138, Sam Houston, versus number 112,
Two-time national championship winner, Sam Houston.
2-7, Oregon State. So 0-8, Sam Houston at 2-7, Oregon State. This kicks off at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Ooh.
I couldn't be more excited for this game. Sam Houston, obviously 0-8. They're looking for their first win. No better time to do it against Oregon State. But Oregon State, started, I believe, 0-6 or 0-7. And they started to get things rolling. This is tough. This is really tough. But I'm going to go with Sam Houston to get their first win of the year, man.
I like that.
I think Sam Houston gets it done in a 10 o'clock game, and they're going to get their first win of the year. They become 1-8, and maybe they move up from that 138th spot in the country.
Yeah.
So shout out Sam Houston. I'm pulling for you this week.
Yeah, Sam Houston's not a team you want to see in November. We're a changed team. This is not the same team from October. Okay? This team's fighting. This team's playing for wins, not clicks. Okay? This is definitely a game that you have to go win because guess what? It only gets harder from here.
Wait, but they've already played November and lost.
No, I didn't. That's a psyop, bro. That didn't exist.
Okay. Sorry.
Give me Sam Houston, 3 touchdowns.
Oh, my. Blowout win?
Blowout win.
All right.
Statement win for this
You heard it here first. Sam Houston's going to get the upset this week.
Oh, yeah.
Versus Oregon State.
But for all my college football fans, that's all I got for this week. You heard it here first.
1010XL, come get your boy.
Please, 1010XL, I will quit my job to come work for you. Please.
Come get him, bro.
Shout out my homie, Kyle Touchton.
Kyle Touchton. This dude, I'm telling you, 1010XL, if you're watching, this guy knows ball, man. He knows Gators football. He knows Jags football. He doesn't care. He's an umpire. I mean, this guy can do it all.
If
this
you
guy
guys have kicks over heels, well, you can replace that show. That show sucks. Everyone will tell you that show sucks. Let us on that job.
get Christian Sutton a job.
It's basically 3 chicks.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty
not
horrible.
very good. Not very good. But if we hate on them, they might not take us.
We'll cut that out.
We'll cut that out. Anyway, 1010XL, come get your boy. All right, NFL Week 9 recap. Christian Sutton, thank you very much for your college football
Yes, sir.
recap. I thought that was very, very well done by you, sir. NFL Week 9 recap. Starting off with our game pick recaps. Another pretty tough week for old Davidici as far as picks go. Well, NFL, I feel like it's been pretty good for most of the year for me, but this week with college and NFL has been brutal. But Christian Sutton has set a record for the best, I guess what record?
Yeah, just weekly record.
Best weekly record on game picks with a whopping 11-3 record.
I try to tell y'all. I appreciate it. I try to
Shout
tell
out
y'all.
Christian Sutton. And we have another record broken. You ready?
I'm ready. Best guest picker?
As you got, thanks for ruining it. Thanks for ruining the surprise, bro.
Not surprised, bro.
All right, so obviously we have a guest picker on it. You know, we've had him on a few times. And Daniel held the record with a whopping 3-5 on game picks. That's changed, okay? We have a new record for the best guest picker. That goes to our guest picker, Timmy himself. Shout out, Timmy.
Thank you, Timmy.
Thank you, Timmy, for coming on last week. We had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed that 3-hour podcast. We had no idea that was 3 hours until we got off. We thought that was a good hour and a half. So shout out, Timmy. Obviously had a bunch of fun having him on. So shout out to him for coming on and breaking the guest picker record. So Christian Sutton finishes with 11-3. New guest picker record is 9-5. That's the record to beat. And then I had a poor record of 8-6. So tough week. Now for our
get into
NFL Week 9 recap. Ravens improved to 3-5 and dominate the Dolphins. Shout out Ian, 28-6 in Lamar's return. Ravens are 2 games back from the Steelers for first place in the AFC North. You think they can bounce back and win the division?
I've already said this on live, and I'm going to hold my opinion. I don't think they're going to do it. I think the Steelers are going to win out. They just beat a very, very good Colts team, which they're overrated, but that doesn't take away from the fact they're good. I think the Steelers can do just enough to Mike Tomlin keep their job and losing the wild card yet again. But I think they do win the division. So what are your thoughts?
I'm kind of torn. I think about the Ravens and Steelers hadn't played each other yet.
Right.
And they still have to play each other twice. That's where I feel like if the Ravens and Steelers are playing each other and I have to pick that game, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. I mean, I feel like that Steelers defense, again, like I told you guys, stacked defense, and that defense really stepped up. I mean, they played great, but I don't think they're going to be able to get it done versus Lamar. So I think they can come back and win that division being only 2 games back, and they still have 2 games to play against the Steelers. So by the end of the year, that's going to be usually probably determined by 1 game, that division.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't be surprised.
So the Bears improved to 5-3 and win a thriller in Cincinnati versus the Bengals. Once again, are the Bears a playoff team? They moved to 5-3. I kind of think so. I've been saying it for a little while now, since the beginning of the year, and I still think the Bears have what it takes to get it done and win games. They're not a contender. I'd be blown away if they made it past the first round. But I could see them sneaking in the playoffs. I still think they got a chance of making it there. What about you?
I don't see it just because they've consistently shown they're up there with the Cowboys with a very over-average offense, but just a very, very lackluster defense. This is the same team that got blown out by Detroit. Aren't they a conference rival or no? NFC conference rival? Yeah. Like I said, so it's obviously shown they're not going to win a division, which means they're going to fight for a playoff spot, and I don't see it. They have to play the Packers again. They're going to have to play Detroit again, and they're going to – who's the last team? That Cleveland? Is that the last team?
Packers, Detroit, and
it's not Cleveland, is it?
The Vikings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, especially if JJ can come back. Like we've already shown, JJ McCarthy come back and has already beat them this year. Definitely, I just don't see it. You know, I mean, if they got second in their division, I'd be surprised. But I don't think they're going to do enough to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, they got a tough schedule coming up, so we'll see. But
that's what I'm saying.
We'll see what happens. Vikings improved to 4-4 and upset the Lions in Detroit, 27-24. Are you sold on J.J. McCarthy? He was 14-25 for 143, 3 total touchdowns and a pick.
I've been saying this a long time, and I don't really know what to think about him just because he's been hurt. He hasn't, like I always say, the best kind of ability is availability. He hasn't shown that he can stay healthy, but when he's played, he has looked good. And remember, I think you were the one that gave me crap because I was like, J.J. McCarthy, I think, is probably one of the best rookies from that class. He's shown that he can come and play at a very high level. I'm not saying he's top 10, not even saying he's top 15, but for a rookie, this basically being his rookie year, he looks very, very good and very comfortable against a very beat-up Lions secondary. You have to remember this Lions secondary has been really, really torn up. I'll have to wait and see. Let's go watch them play a real opponent and a really good defense. Like I said, he's played against the Bears, very below average defense, and the Lions have been very beat up on the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think he played all right. I mean, he only had 143 yards, and he threw an interception. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not super sold on him. I think the Vikings defense won them that game, to be honest. But either way, he looked all right, so we'll see what happens.
Well, he did good enough for them.
He did good enough for them to win. But we'll see. Just once teams got more film on him, and also when he continues to develop. But we'll see what happens. Panthers improved to 5-4 and upset the Packers, who fall to 5-2 and won 16-13. Is Rico Dowdle a top 10 running back? I'd say right now he's playing absolutely like a top 10 running back.
Yeah, and I think this shows what can happen when Bryce Young is fully healthy. And like I said, the Panthers have built a top 10 line this offseason. I think I mentioned it in our first episode. I was like, yeah, dude, the Panthers are definitely have a top 10 offense. I was just not sold on Bryce Young, which I'm really still not. But Bryce Young can definitely solidify himself as a solid starter in this league, as shown from this game. Yeah, I would say Rico Dowdle is a top 10 running back right now. He's playing very good.
I agree. The Chargers improved to 6-3 and avoid the upset and beat the Titans 27-20. Titans fall to 1-8. Shout out to Jeremy DK for returning a punt 67 yards for a touchdown. Good to see the Titans continuing to suck. The Patriots 7-2 win a close one in New England over the Falcons. John Parker Romo cost the Falcons the game with a missed extra point. And John Parker Romo actually just got cut today, and they just signed Zane Gonzalez. So, shout out the Falcons, shout out Greasy. 49ers improved to 6-3 to get the win over the Giants in New York, 34-24. CMC 33 touches for 173 yards and 2 total touchdowns. This brother's carrying that team while Brock Purdy's gone,
he's about to make Mac Jones a lot of money. And I don't know if Mac Jones necessarily deserves it. But, dude, somebody's about to pay Mac Jones because of what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think Jacoby Brissett might deserve the money a little bit more. But we'll get
Shout out Jacoby Brissett. Steelers improved to 5-3 and get the upset to beat the Colts in Pittsburgh 27-20. Another AFC South loss, which is great for the Jags.
Yeah, I just don't think the Steelers at home is a team you really want to play. I understand that Aaron Rodgers has been super inflated because of his name. I understand that. I don't think their offense is very good, but like I said, their defense, and especially at home, it's just going to be able to it's going to be a huge anchor all year for this team.
Yeah.
I can definitely see them winning a lot more of their games than they're losing.
The Broncos beat the Texans 18-15. The Texans did not score a touchdown, but C.J. Stroud did get injured in the second quarter. Not so fun when your quarterback takes a dirty hit, is it, D'Amico Ryans? Shout out D'Amico Ryans for defending his player who nearly killed Trevor Lawrence.
So was there a touchdown scored in that game?
The Broncos did, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think how that makes sense. Was there a safety?
No, but they went for 2.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So I think it was 7-15, and then they scored, went for 2, got it, and then they kicked a field goal and won.
Sense.
The Rams blow out the Saints. Shout out Mr. Tim. Is Stafford an MVP candidate? I would say absolutely, and he's probably top 3 at this point. I mean, he's got 21 touchdowns, which leads the NFL, 2 interceptions, which is the second lowest among quarterbacks, and 2,100 yards. And Stafford's playing at an MVP level, I think, for sure. So I'd say he's absolutely in the top 3, at minimum top 5 at this point.
Yeah, I would say he's playing at an MVP level. I don't think he's an MVP candidate, though. I think he's playing very well. I think he could have won the MVP, but there's just so many good quarterbacks. But I think the element we're missing is the running attack from these quarterbacks. You got guys like Drake May that can really run the ball. Shout out Jordan Wheeler. But I was like guys like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Like Patrick Mahomes has won games just on his sole ability to run the football.
Yeah.
And Matt Stafford seems very one-dimensional in that. But I'm not trying to knock him because he can't necessarily run like these other guys. He's also almost 40.
Yeah.
And still putting up numbers. Imagine what this dude would have been doing if he wasn't in Detroit for most of his career.
Yeah, I mean, he came to the Rams, won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, we could be talking about a dude with 3 Super Bowl rings, but
yeah,
I definitely think he's playing at that level. I don't think he's a candidate just because he can't run.
I feel you. Well, the Bills beat the Chiefs, who fall to 5-4. They won that game 28-21. Are the Chiefs going to miss the playoffs? They are currently the 8th seed. I'd say absolutely not. I mean, they're currently out of it, but I mean, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago that the Chiefs had a similar season. They went I don't know if they won 11 games, 10 or 11 games, but they made the playoffs, and of course they went on to win the Super Bowl. So I'm not worried about the Chiefs one bit. As long as you have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, you have nothing to really worry about if you're a Chiefs fan. So I'd say absolutely not. They absolutely get in the playoffs.
Yeah, Josh Allen has 4-1 against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, but he's 0-5 against him in the postseason. Like I said, I called this game. I thought the Bills were going to win. I still think the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. I don't think it's very close. I also think the AFC is having a very bad down year, and a lot of NFC teams are rising, like the Seahawks, the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
All these teams are very good. I just think the AFC is having a down year. Josh Allen and the Bills haven't looked like the dominant selves they could have been. They're 6-2, but they have 2 really bad losses.
Yeah.
and a couple poverty wins. But it's definitely a year for the ACC or AFC to forget. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. And the Seahawks improved to 6-2 and dominate the Commanders in Washington, 38-14. Washington season is, I think, basically over at this point. They fall to 3-6, and obviously, shout out Jaden Daniels. Hopefully, he recovers, but that elbow injury looked bad, so he's likely done for the year.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, what a very dumb coaching decision.
Yeah,
when
Dan
your team's
Quinn.
down by over 24 points with 8 minutes to go, you might want to think about pulling your starter because there's no chance in this game. This is one of those moments where you're like, wow, I might have just messed up our franchise. So there has to be some self-reflection in there at that locker room after that moment. But
Yeah, I agree. Cardinals.
oh,
This is a tough one. Cardinals beat the Cowboys 27-17 in Dallas. Don't sleep on the Cardinals. I'll say that. I did say
I'm sleeping.
right before this game started, I told Christian, I was like, bro, I think the Cardinals are going to win this game. The Cardinals are going to cause some trouble, I think. I definitely don't see them making the playoffs, but I think they're good enough and a kind of a mischievous enough team to cause some trouble in the NFC and beat a couple teams that, I don't know, maybe even the Jags, that could really screw up some team seasons. So we'll see what
They're
happens.
the Kentucky Wildcats of the NFL.
Exactly. So they're just going to cause some trouble, but hopefully we can have Timmy back on the pod and he can kind of give you his opinion as a Cowboys fan, but I don't really know where you go from here. I mean, you're paying that offense that much money. We talked about how bad the defense was, but
Oh man.
your offense comes out and puts up 10 off. I know it's 27-17, but 7 of those points was a punt return for a touchdown. So
But wait till y'all hear what Jerry did.
yeah, but I mean, you're complaining about the defense. It's on the defense, yada yada, and then Dak comes out and Dak and CD put up CD, George Pickens, Javonte Williams. I mean, it's a loaded offense, and they put up 10 points of offense against the Cardinals. So
Yeah.
I don't know where
I
you go
agree.
from here. Maybe Joe Milton, depending.
But it's not on Dak though. None of these losses are on Dak. I mean,
you put up 10 points of offense.
okay, but that's just one game. Are we going to get rid of Trevor? Are we going to get rid of Trevor for putting up 7 against the Rams, or are we going to put rid of him for the Seahawks game?
No, but I'm saying it's happened several. That's what Timmy came on here was talking about. Is Dak being so inconsistent, and he
get
called it perfectly. I mean, he was talking about the defense gives up 40 points, and then the offense comes out and puts up
Doesn't play
40 plus, and then the next week the defense will play good, and Dak puts up 10 offensive points. So
I still don't think Dak's the issue though.
I don't know what the issue is. It's just like
It'd be
it's like
well,
I guess it's a Jerry Jones issue. I
no,
just
it's
don't
not
understand.
A Jerry Jones issue. I think it's like I said. It starts with coaching. Your defense cannot get off the field. What were the Cardinals players saying after scoring a touchdown?
Yeah.
What were they saying after Javonte Williams fumbled the ball? It's a coaching thing.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a culture thing. I don't think it has anything. I think Jerry Jones sucks. I think he's probably the worst owner in all of sports history. He's so hands-on. He nitpicks everything. He can't take his hands off of it, which he's running this franchise into the ground. But I will also say that the coaching there hasn't been great. You go to Jason Garrett. Like I said this last week with Timmy, and Timmy seemed to agree with me when I said Jason Garrett, surprisingly, not surprisingly, isn't a top-tier head coach as shown.
No.
What's that dude's name? Fat boy. Mike
McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy. I was right the first time. Mike McCarthy, another guy, very good, decent coach. Jerry Jones can't take his hands off of it, runs it into the ground, fires Mike McCarthy. Now you got a guy, Shoddy, who's never really had too big of head coaching experience, just a lot of assistant jobs. Offensive guy, and who's your DC? A guy that couldn't get a stop at his last head coaching gig.
Yeah.
A defensive-minded guy. I think it's a coaching issue. I don't think it's a player problem.
We'll see what happens because, like I was about to say, Jerry made some moves. So, but real quick, our teams on a bye week this week are the Browns, Jets, the Eagles. Shout out Jonah, and the Bucks. Shout out Baker Mayfield. But the Browns, they're coming off a bye week, bro. I really would like to see a report come out. Perfect timing. Now, our NFL updates with kind of some headlines.
Oh, yeah.
Trade deadline tied for second most trades on a trade deadline day in NFL history. We'll name off a few of those big ones for you. Eagles trade for Jalen Phillips, Jair Alexander, and Michael Carter.
Yeah, that's big.
Eagles made a lot of moves. They're not afraid to go out there and get a brother. So they're once again loaded. Now, shout out Jonah again. The Eagles, your boys, making moves. Now, shout out Timmy because the Cowboys went out, traded a first and a second round pick for Quinnen Williams, and they also traded a 7th rounder to the Bengals in exchange for Logan Wilson. So two big defensive moves.
I'll say this
for Jerry Jones and the boys.
I think Logan Wilson, that trade, that was a good trade. That dude,
7th rounder for that dude's
that guy's
he's
a gem.
good, man.
He's a gem. He's not gonna pop off the page. But that dude is a cornerstone for a lot of defenses that are super unreliable.
He's a good leader.
But to trade a first and a second for Quinnen Williams, Quinnen Williams, you're supposed to be a Jag, but I wouldn't have given you a first or a second.
Yeah, I mean Gladstone. They talked about Gladstone was in talks with the Jets for Quinnen Williams, but if I'm Gladstone, I wouldn't have given up a first and a second round pick either. So
that guy hasn't made a Pro Bowl in 2 years. I mean,
he's good. Don't get me wrong, but
he's good, but he's not elite
first and a second.
A first round pick. We're talking about a guy like Abdul Carter. I mean, a guy like Aiden Hutchinson
for sure. Maybe even Kayvon or Brian Burns.
Yeah, man. I mean,
now probably the biggest trade.
Oh yeah,
the Colts trade A.D. Mitchell and 2 first round picks for Sauce Gardner. That kind of blew my mind. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sauce Gardner is good. He's probably a definitely top 10 cornerback. I kind of think he's a little overrated. A.D. Mitchell and 2 first rounders. I think the Colts got, or excuse me, I think the Jets fleeced the Colts. I mean, this is pretty wild.
I'm not gonna lie. I disagree. I think this is a very even trade, and here's why.
2 first rounders.
Here's my explanation for what I'm saying. The Colts now have, in the AFC South and possibly even the AFC, the Colts now have the best running back in Jonathan Taylor. And just think about it from a different perspective. You have the best running back. Daniel Jones is the best quarterback, at least in the AFC South. They have the best tight end, baby. Tyler Warren. He's played phenomenal. They now have one of the best offensive guards in Quentin Nelson. Now you have one of the best cornerbacks in Sauce Gardner. I mean, that team is starting to get scary. You have the best in how many categories, and I'm talking just about the AFC South. Who knows how good Jonathan Taylor goes up against AFC running backs? You know what I mean? He's definitely top 5 in the league right now. I mean, how many AFC running backs do you think are better than
definitely not 5?
That's what I mean.
I mean, yeah, it's a big move, but I just don't know about 2 first-round picks.
I mean,
that's a lot.
I think they're just trying to win now. I understand that. They've already offered Daniel Jones money. They're trying to win right now. And I'm all here for it. And I hate the Colts. Don't get me wrong. I hate the Titans more, but I hate the Colts. I just think it was a very good trade for that organization. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see how it pans out. I mean, we play the Colts in a few weeks here, so we'll see how it pans out. He is expected to play this week. He was in concussion protocol, I believe, but I think he is expected to play this week. Saints trade Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks for a 4th and 5th round pick, so that Seahawks offense just getting even more stacked.
More weapons, yeah.
So, obviously, shout out to the Seahawks for making moves. Now, the Jaguars acquire Jacoby Myers from the Raiders for a 4th and a 6th round pick. Jacoby Myers has not dropped a pass since 2023. That's exactly what Jacksonville needs. Jacoby will be wearing number 3 for the Jags. I'm pretty excited to see him play. It looks like he will play this week because we desperately need him. BTJ did suffer a low ankle sprain during Sunday's game versus the Raiders, so he's still questionable to play this week, but he did participate in practice. He did not participate in practice. De'Ami Brown was limited in practice, and Tim Patrick was a full participant. So it looks like we'll have most of those guys back this week. The only one really is BTJ. We're not really sure about.
Let me ask you. I was going to ask you a question, but where do you think Jacoby? What do you think the Jags are going to do long term with this guy? I mean, he's coming up on a contract here. The Raiders got rid of him because they didn't want to pay him. A 4th and a 6th, those are 2. Think about it like this: that's 2 defensive starters, possibly, or rotational guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I like the trade for sure, just because we desperately need it right now. Being that nobody can catch the ball, bringing in a guy that can absolutely catch the ball and does not drop the ball is great to see. That's really what we need right now. He's not afraid to catch balls over the middle, which is what we've had issues with, is guys just kind of being reluctant to catch the ball over the middle. And we saw a little bit of flea flicker action on
yeah.
Sunday versus the Raiders. So bringing in a former quarterback in Jacoby Myers, who played, high school football. He played quarterback, and when he got recruited to NC State, he actually got recruited as a quarterback, transitioned to wide receiver, and actually holds the record for most receptions in a career for NC State receiver.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the guy's coming up on a contract here. The Raiders want to get rid of him. He wanted out. I mean, there's a number of factors that could play into that. I'm not saying Jacoby's a bad guy. I don't really know him personally, obviously, but I guess Gladstone's going to pay him. I mean, unless this is a win now type move. I mean,
we got at the minimum 9 games left, and then assuming we make the playoffs, I mean, he's got probably, I would say, 10 or 11 games to really prove himself.
Yeah, but it don't really make. But that's the thing is, you basically just gave the Raiders a fifth and a fourth and a sixth, and for a 9-game rental. I think they're planning on re-signing him no matter what.
I would think so,
at least for another year. But I mean, because you obviously don't want to give the Raiders a fourth and a sixth and be like, well, this dude sucks.
But I feel like if you're Gladstone, this is a good move because, I mean, this is where we're struggling.
Well, that's what I mean. They must like him, is what I'm trying to say. It's because you're not just going to give a fourth and a sixth away. That already seems like a lot for Jacoby Myers coming up.
We gave up a second rounder for Calvin Ridley. And he played 1 year for us, and we got rid of him. Didn't re-sign him.
Well, thank you, Trent Baalke.
Yeah, thank you, Trent Baalke. But I think we'll bring him back. But I'm excited. He is expected to play this week versus the Texans. So excited to see that. Now, for a recap of Sunday's game versus the Raiders, the Jags improved to 5-3 and get the overtime win on the road versus the Raiders, who fall to 2-6. 30-29 win due to a Devon Hamilton batted down pass. Thank goodness, because that would have absolutely been caught for the game winner, and actually was Jacoby Myers. So Jacoby Myers just about beat us, and then if he did, I wouldn't want him. Just kidding. Jags were without Devin Lloyd, Brenton Strange, Travis Hunter, Eric Murray, Quentin Morris, and Tim Patrick. BTJ, De'Ami Brown, Ezra Cleveland, and Jordan Lewis were all injured during the game and did not return.
Yeah, and luckily Hunter Long came back because we only had one active tight end, which was Muntz. So.
And luckily, we had Trevor Lawrence on that sideline.
Oh, man. What a guy.
Trevor Lawrence. We scored on the last possession of the the first half. And we scored on every single possession of the second half and every possession of overtime. So shout out to Trevor and the boys getting that offense figured out. Obviously, we went over and watched the film. The interception at the goal line was a mistake. I mean, it was third. He could have thrown the ball away.
Yeah,
I tried to force it in there to De'Ami Brown.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said,
obviously, not a great decision.
He was running a route, so I don't.
Yeah, bad decision.
Bad decision.
But I mean, Trevor, when we needed him to make plays,
he showed out. He played well.
11th game-winning drive of his career. So shout out Trevor Lawrence. 9 penalties for 80 yards. Still got to work on that. I said before this, I said last week, we want to win this game. Penalties, you got to work on those. And we got to bring those down, which we technically brought them down because we had 13 the week before, but still, not really what I meant. But at least we got them down. They're down lower than 13, so we'll take it. And then I said, get the run game involved. I believe right before the game started, Christian asked me, how many rush yards do you think we need to win this game? And I was like, 150. Jaguars had 151 rush yards.
They listened.
So they got it done. Brock Bowers had 12 catches for 127 yards and 3 touchdowns in his return.
Good.
Basically unguardable. I mean, Greg Newsome actually did a pretty good job of guarding him on that.
Great catch.
That touchdown catch is just ridiculous. I mean, you really can't play any better coverage. So just unfortunate. And Trevor was 23 of 34 for 220 yards, 2 total touchdowns in the pick. Etienne had 27 touches for 115, so great to see him get involved. And then Trevor was only sacked 1 time, and Parker Washington had 8 catches for 90 yards.
Yeah.
So overall, solid game from the offense, I think, overall. I mean, we punted, I believe, only twice. Just twice, I believe, in that game.
Yep.
So Logan Cook didn't have much work cut out for him. But the defense obviously was the concern. Trayvon Walker decided to punch somebody and get ejected. And then the injuries were just brutal. Obviously, Travis Hunter wasn't playing on defense because he was hurt. Eric Murray was out. Jordan Lewis was out. I mean, just tough.
Yeah, you get
tough sledding.
You're going down to Jerryon Jones at that point. I mean, that's your number one guy. But just in a whole, I mean, it seems like the same issues are arising with the penalties. Which I'll be honest with you, like I said, I'm not here to hate on Jags. I don't think we had a penalty in the second half or overtime. I think they mentioned that on the.
I think the only one in the second half was Trayvon punching him.
Oh, well, yeah. But I think they mentioned that. The announcers were like, yeah, the Jags haven't gotten penalized. I mean, we played our best form of football that second half. And it was, granted, I know it's against a 2-6 team. I'm not saying this is the
2-6 team that beat the Patriots, by the way.
I mean, I'm not saying that this was like, this is probably the worst team in football, besides like the Dolphins or the Jets. But it's still a win. Max Crosby was giving our O-line problems. Just the same, like I said, the same issues. D-line got no pressure. Josh Allen finally got a sack.
1.5.
Yeah, I mean, super stoked.
Now
to see
tied
that.
for the most sacks in Jaguar history.
That's good, but I will say that it was a Mickey Mouse sack because it was in the overtime. One of the one sack came from overtime. And it was at the end of overtime, so it took him almost 5 quarters to get a sack, which you definitely want to see a little bit more. But I'm not going to hate. He got a sack, good for him. Trayvon ejected from the game in the third quarter. Just can't have that in a close game, man. And that could have led to us losing. Geno had all day to throw. Like I said, Brock Bowers in the secondary just absolutely tore us up. I think it's just coming down to we're so thin at DB, we're so thin at line.
Yeah, but I mean, if you ever have a game to bounce back, it looks like Devin Lloyd is going to return this week versus the Texans. But
we're missing him, man.
We are, but the defense is starting to get healthy again. If there's ever a game to bounce back, though, and get some sacks, it's going to be versus that bad Texans offensive line, who will not have C.J. Stroud. That just got announced.
I'm worried about the other side of that line, dude. The defensive line gave us issues last time we played. Like I said, I can't remember who the Texans played, but they didn't score an offensive touchdown, or they scored one, but Will Anderson got them on the board too. That defense is very good. DeMarco Ryans has them coached up. Just got to be careful, man.
Yeah, I mean, I believe the Texans have scored 2 touchdowns over about 10 quarters of football. So
yeah, it's gonna be
that's good
struggle.
for us. This is
not to mention we're going on the road.
Yeah, so. It's gonna be on the road. I think, and obviously it's a divisional opponent, so I could still see this being a one score game. Maybe we win by 10, but obviously I still have the Jags winning this game.
Absolutely.
But I think it's gonna be close because obviously it's a divisional opponent. So speaking of winning games, this is our game picks for Week 10. So that's gonna be my first one. I'm gonna take the Jags to get it done. At Houston, I think it'll be kind of a lower scoring game. I could see us winning 23-15, 23-14 maybe.
Yep. I mean, definitely, I don't see that many points being scored is the bottom line.
Yeah, I can see it. I understand.
I don't see Davis Mills got to come out. He's probably gonna get 2 touchdowns, and I don't think they're gonna do anything on the ground. They've shown that they can't run the ball this year. That offensive line holds every single play they go outside, so they have to run down the middle. And I think Jacksonville will prepare well against the run. We cannot let Davis Mills beat us, dude. It just can't happen. Got to win this game for the divisional. I think Jacksonville wins this game. I'm gonna go 17-20. Definitely a low-scoring affair. Just because I'm not hurting Trevor. This defense is really good. And their offense sucks, so I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored.
I feel you. So, here, moving on to our NFL Week 10 game picks, we got Thursday Night Football, Raiders at Broncos. Definitely see the Broncos getting this done. Shout out Matt Jones.
Hit the Matt Jones.
And I think the Broncos improved to 8-2. I think the Chiefs are going to win that division, make the playoffs. But I think the Broncos are going to win that division. I mean, they're 8. This is probably going to put them at 8-2. Broncos are playing really good football, so I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah, Geno Smith last week had 3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Now he has no Jacoby Myers.
No Jacoby Myers, but Brock Bowers, man. If they can't find a way to get him locked up, this could be a big game for GT if they decide to go at more of like a 3-4 look with 3 down linemen. this could open up. This could be his game. Give me the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. I think the Raiders beat the Broncos. The Broncos put up one offensive touchdown.
At Mile High?
Yep. I think the Broncos are a little bit overrated. I think Bo Nix gets a little exposed. Max Crosby has a huge game. Give me the Raiders.
Falcons versus Colts in Berlin. I could see this kind of a trap game, but I'm going to take the Colts to win this by a score.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games where I don't really know how to think about either team. The Falcons coming off a 1-point loss to me, probably one of the best teams in the league in the Patriots, which they have a cakewalk to the playoffs. But, I mean, I could go either way with this. I think the Colts, like I said, are severely overrated, but I do think the Colts get it done, especially with Sauce, now a new addition on the team. Give me the Colts.
Giants at Bears. I like Jackson Dart a lot, but I'm going to go with the Bears to improve to 6-3 and make a playoff push.
Yeah, this is another one of those games where it's super, super close because both teams don't really have that ick factor on one side of their team. Like the defense, I thought for the Giants was going to be so good. I mean, you got all those superstars: Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Dexter. I mean, I could go on and on about this team's D line, but they haven't shown me anything showing me the fact of that. I like the Bears in this game. I almost want to go with the Giants because the Bears D is so bad, but I like the Bears in this game.
Good pick, good pick. Bills at Dolphins. Shout out Ian, but unfortunately, I think the Bills take care of business in Miami, and not going to be a fun night, most likely.
Yeah, I got the Bills by at least 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Ravens at Vikings. Pretty good game. J.J. McCarthy. This is a big test for him. Obviously, Ravens' defense is a little bit banged up, but I'm going to go with the Ravens to get it done.
Yeah, after saying all that earlier about J.J. McCarthy, I think this is where he finally gets his welcome to the NFL moment. This is a very experienced head coach, Jim Harbaugh. I really, really, really like the Ravens in this game. Give me the Ravens.
This one was close to being our game of the week, but I had to switch it up. But huge game, Browns at Jets. That Browns defense is going to give the Jets a lot of problems. Obviously, the Jets without Sauce Gardner, without Quinnen Williams, Dylan Gabriel may unfortunately have a good game, which solidifies his job for a few more weeks. So, unfortunately, I'm going to go with the Browns.
Yeah, all your cornerstones on that defense is gone. I mean, this team looks like it's in full rebuild mode, gathering picks. They're not here to win games at this point. I think ownership's going to have a hand to play in this game. Definitely, I don't think they're going to win another game all year. Like I said, I was big on the Jets because I was like, well, the Jets are still trying. They're still playing their butts off. Justin Fields is still going out there and competing. I think now is where we're going to see a race for the number 1 overall pick like we see every year. I think the Jets are going to be in front of that.
Yep.
Give me the Browns.
Now, our game of the week. This one I'm still torn on. Patriots at Buccaneers in Tampa. This is a game I honestly thought about just going to as a football fan.
Yeah.
This is a game I just thought about going to because Drake May versus Baker Mayfield, 2 MVP caliber quarterbacks right now. You got, I mean, these are both real contenders in their individual conferences. I'm really torn, but they're in Tampa, and my boy Baker Mayfield, I think, gets it done. I'm gonna take Baker Mayfield and the boys to get it done in Tampa.
I don't necessarily hate that pick. I don't hate either pick if you went either way. But, with it being a home field advantage, and remember, these guys are both, to me, this is 1 versus 2. Winner of this game might win the MVP, in my opinion. One of these guys, I think, should go home with the MVP. But, Mike Evans is out. Everyone's out. Is Chris Godwin back?
They participate in practice.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say. Is Ibuka back?
Ibuka's back, but I don't think Chris Godwin or Bucky's going to play.
Like I said, Christian Gonzalez is still probably the best corner in the league. I like the Patriots in this game. Give the Patriots by at least a touchdown.
Saints at Panthers. Shout out Uncle Mike, but unfortunately, I think the Panthers get it done again.
Yeah, nothing much to say. I think there's another one of those teams that new head coach, Kellen Moore. I like Kellen Moore. I don't necessarily think they're out here winning games. I think this, like I said, it's another race for the number 1 overall pick. Give me the Panthers.
Cardinals at Seahawks.
Ooh, this can make me scary.
This could be, and I think it will be. They're playing at Seattle. Seahawks just added Rashid Shaheed. offense has been playing great. The Seahawks have just looked great. I mean, they just put up 38 on that Washington defense. They're riding high, and with all highs comes a low. And I think it comes this week. I think the Cardinals get the upset. My upset of the week, Cardinals beat the Seahawks.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, they just won a huge game on Monday Night Football.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think there's that much to think about. I think the Cardinals are playing with a backup QB that is on a very backup QB kind of playing team right now. They're kind of just running on fumes. I think that there's some sort of push to the playoffs. Like I said, they're still 3-6 though. Is that right? They're 3-6.
3-5.
3-5. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. I think Sam Darnold is an MVP caliber player right now. I feel the same way about their whole receiving core. JSN's a top 3 receiver in the league right now. I don't think there's anyone on that Cardinals secondary that can stick with him.
Yeah.
All right. Give me the Seahawks by at least 3 touchdowns.
Rams at 49ers.
Ooh.
This is going to be a great game. Shout out Mr. Tim. Rams couldn't get it done last time in SoFi at home. I don't think that happens again. I think they're going to go to San Francisco, go to the West Coast, or they're already on the West Coast. I think the Rams get this done. I think that last game was a fluke, to be honest. I don't think if they played this game 10 times, I don't think the Niners are beating them 8 times. I think the Rams might beat them 8 or 9 times. But I'm going to go with the Rams. Shout out Mr. Tim. The Rams, I'm telling you, stop sleeping on them. They could easily be the best team in the NFC. Yep. Just give me the Rams to win that game.
Yeah, like I said, I like the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford's MVP caliber. I think Christian McCaffrey's MVP caliber. There's a lot of guys on both sides of this team that could be. I mean, we're probably talking about 4 or 5 Pro Bowlers in just this game. 6 Pro Bowlers. I mean, seriously. Fred Warner being out, that's a huge loss for that defense. I like the 49ers, though. I think the 49ers get it done again at home. I just think CMC, man, I don't know if they have an answer for him. I mean, that would be the first team to have an answer for him in the last 2 years. So I like the 49ers.
I feel you. Lions at Commanders. Obviously, no Jaden Daniels, so Marcus Mariota will be filling in. Lions coming off a loss. I think they bounce back big here and get a probably 20-point win over the Commanders.
Yeah, this game could get played in Timbuktu. I don't think it matters. I think the Lions come out victorious. I mean, there's not much to think about.
Yep. Sunday night football. Steelers at Chargers. This is going to be a really good game. I think this is the week for the Ravens to make a real push. I mean, Steelers could very easily lose this game at LA, and obviously the Ravens, I think, will beat the Vikings. So I'm going to go with the Chargers to get it done at LA and take down the Steelers in Sunday Night Football.
Well, I'm a big Justin Herbert guy. I think he's probably a top 5 or 6 quarterback in the league. I really like Justin Herbert. Did I say the Steelers? And he said the Chargers.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers. I mean, like I said, I'm a huge Justin Herbert guy. This has no effect on him, but dude, the Steelers are gonna win this division, and I don't think they're gonna start losing tonight. The Chargers have shown they could struggle with teams in general. I watched them blow a 10-point lead to the Commanders earlier this year. I'm just not huge on them. I don't think this team is designed. I think they're severely overrated. I don't think they're designed to be a dog yet. They're getting there. Omarion Hampton, right moves in the right direction. They have the players to do it. I think it's just going to take a little bit more development. I really like the Steelers in this game. A lot more defined. Like, what you're getting. Gridiron football.
Okay. Now, this one was up there for Game of the Week, but obviously we had to do Patriots versus Bucks. Eagles at Packers. Packers coming off a loss to the Panthers. I still think the Packers are a real contender. I think they're a really good football team. But the Eagles, man. I mean, they're already were loaded, and they just added Jair Alexander, Jalen Phillips, Michael Carter. Oh, man. This is going to be a great game, I think. I think Jordan Love may throw for 300 yards plus, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I got the Eagles to beat the Packers on Monday Night Football. Shout out Jonah.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are a little bit overrated. If you guys can tell me in the comments what Nick Sirianni does, I'll give you $100 because the answer is nothing. He doesn't call plays. He doesn't call defensive plays. You cannot tell me a single thing this dude does. This dude's getting money for free. But it's all jokes. But like I said, I think both these teams are overrated. I do really like Matt LaFleur, though. I think he's a very underrated coach. He's been there for a long time, hasn't really done anything, but I don't think that's really his fault. He's had a lot of revolving doors of players just moving in and out, and I don't think he had an impact or a choice in that. But, I think this is Micah Parsons' coming out party. I think Packers win this one.
Yeah. Now for the teams on bye week: Bengals, Cowboys, Titans, and Chiefs. So big games coming up this week. We're pretty excited. We didn't hit our Duval at the beginning.
We did
After a dub. So
For the big dub.
yeah, let's hit our little Duval. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Duval. Shout out Liam Cohen. I'm gonna go on a rant for a second, bro.
Oh, man.
I just got to. Liam Cohen, I can't even begin to explain, man, what you've done. Like, you don't understand. Doug Peterson about took the love out of football from me for what he did to the Jaguars. And you've restored that love, man. You've got me watching game film every week. You've got me studying Trevor Lawrence. You got me watching press conferences every single time they go live. You got me watching every interview I can. You got me watching Sounds of the Game and The Hunt and everything I possibly can to see inside that building. And the more I see, the more I'm just more and more impressed with you, bro. I mean, this dude came in, changed the culture, changed the franchise. Guys actually want to play for Jacksonville now.
Oh, yeah.
They want to come to Jacksonville. I think, Brandon Campanelli, he's turned around Devin Lloyd's career. Devin Lloyd.
He was on his way out.
Yeah, I mean, I believe they didn't pick up his fifth-year option.
No.
He has not played that well. I mean, he's been a serviceable linebacker, but obviously we spent a first-round pick on this guy. Hasn't been that great. And obviously before the injury was up there for Defensive Player of the Year.
Well,
so
he still leads the league in interceptions.
he's
as a
still
linebacker.
tied for it. So I mean, bounce back this week. I mean, he could play against Davis Mills, so he could very easily
Dude,
get
it
a
can
pick
happen again.
this week and take the lead. I love this team, man. I can't even explain. I can't begin to explain how much I love this team, dude. Liam Cohen, I think you're going to be our coach for a very long time. I think you're the guy, and I think you're also going to be the guy to turn around Trevor Lawrence's career and stop all these haters. Stop all these
I'm the
Christian
hater.
Suttons
I'm the hater.
from hating on Trevor Lawrence. You're going to, I know,
9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
prime example.
Okay.
Thank you, Liam Cohen, for saving the Jaguars. I just hope the Gators get a coach like that. Honestly, I hope we get a coach that can
I hate you.
bring
Lane
some
Kiffin.
life, bring some
I would
life
never
to.
forgive you, Lane.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw the "Curiosity Killed the Cat" spot the ball tweet from Lane
Yeah, I
Kiffin,
don't like
but
that dude now.
yeah, pretty tough. But thank you, Liam Cohen, and shout out to JJ Redick because for those of you who don't know, I'm a Lakers fan, and
I'm sorry.
no Luka, no LeBron, no Austin Reeves. Who steps up and plays great
JJ.
and essentially wins us the game? Nick Smith Jr.
Ooh.
Nick Smith Jr. and DeAndre Ayton. So shout out JJ Redick for setting that standard for no matter who's on the court, setting that standard. So I'm pretty happy with my Lakers head coach, pretty happy with my Jaguar head coach. If the Gators can get a really good head coach, I mean, we're going to be set for a long time, I think. So thank you, Liam Cohen, for saving the Jaguars. And anything else you got to say, Christian Sutton?
I hate you, Lane Kiffin. Shout out Gators basketball losing their first game.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk. Oh, and Todd Golden. That's another great coach we have.
Yeah. Todd Golden, thank you for. I mean, you know what? You want to
Xavier Reed.
out? I remember watching us lose to Colorado and watching Walter Clayton. And
103 to 1-0.
Walter Clayton in the headband, just walking off the court after barely missing the half-court shot. We lose, and everyone's sad. Remember the next year, we come out preseason number 15. I'm like, that's too low. I put two $10 bets on them to win the Natty and the SEC championship. Cashed out the SEC championship, but I won like $200 off of that. So thank you, Todd Golden. I appreciate everything you've done for the University of Florida. These hoes, these women, they want to get you caught up, but you ain't standing on it. You stand on business.
Not guilty.
Appreciate you.
Not guilty.
You literally retired Bruce Pearl, your mentor. So that goes hard in the paint.
Yeah.
That's pretty goated. You retire your men. Dude, it's like you ever watch Kung Fu Panda, and it's like Master Shifu with
Shout out Master Shifu.
with
man.
Tai Lung, and Tai Lung tries to retire Master Shifu, but he ain't having it.
Yep.
So Bruce Pearl, go run for Congress with AJ McCarron. Don't matter. Todd Golden's doing what he loves. Love that guy.
Yep. Well,
That's
thank
all
you,
I got,
Todd
man.
Golden. Thank you, Liam Cohen. And thank you, all the viewers, for tuning in to another episode of the Zero Talent Podcast. Once again, we got a very special guest coming in next week. If you guys like UFC, I think we've got quite a surprise for you. Do want to shout out Ashton. Once again, Ashton, been one of our biggest supporters since day one. So shout out Ashton. And shout out Uncle Mike. He was tuning in. Shout
if you
out
made
Uncle
it
Mike.
to the end of the video, Davey is giving out $100 to giveaway. So make sure you comment the word orangutan for a chance at the $100 giveaway. We're just kind of gauging to see how many people comment. We
Yeah.
might not even actually give out the prize, but who knows? Maybe we will. If enough people comment, if we can get 20 people to comment the word orangutan.
20 different people.
Yeah, not somebody making like 20 different accounts or 10 different accounts.
I know, bro. I guarantee you Daniel would be the dude to make like 15 different
If I
accounts.
see one Daniel Keys comment, you will not be getting it. If we can get 20 people to watch the end of the video and comment the word orangutan, we're going to do a $20 giveaway.
He went for 120 really quick, bro.
We ain't got money in the job for all that, dude.
All right, you heard him. So yeah, if we get those comments, $10 giveaway, and keep commenting. Hopefully, somebody will get that $5.
Somebody will get that dollar giveaway, bro.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys, and peace out. Granny.
Young Lizzie on the beat, let me spread it like some man.